Hello, Dick Van Dyke Show friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is KJ Ricardo, and today's episode is a guest star spotlight on Bernard Fox. Now, you're probably wondering, who's that? Well, he was a guest star in 3 episodes of The Dick Van Dyke Show. He's very memorable. You probably remember his British accent. He is definitely unique on the show, but what do we really know about him and his biography? So let's get into that. So he was born as Bernard Lawson on May 11th, 1927 in Wales, and he passed away on December 14th, 2016. Bernard was destined to become an actor when he was born into a 4th-generation family of performers. Both of his parents were stage actors. Bernard began his acting career at just 18 months old, and he observed his father, who worked as an actor and theater manager. By the time he was 14, Bernard was already working as an apprentice assistant manager, and he worked as an actor for repertory theaters. Bernard took a break from acting to serve with the Royal Navy during World War II and the Korean War. Following the wars, Bernard continued his acting career, joining the cast of Brian Rix's Whitehall farces, and he would work on over 30 cinema films from 1956 to 2004. He often played lieutenants, policemen, detectives, etc. He played Frederick Fleet in the 1958 film A Night to Remember, which was the story of the Titanic. He played the part of a sailor who sat in the crow's nest, and he famously saw the iceberg right ahead.
What did you see?
Iceberg, dead ahead, sir.
Iceberg, dead ahead, sir.
Hard to starboard.
Hard to starboard, sir.
Full astern, both.
Full astern, both, sir.
Close watertight doors.
Close watertight doors, sir. Hard to starboard it is, sir.
Bernard also appeared in the 1997 film Titanic as Colonel Archibald Gracie IV. You probably didn't know it was Bernard, but you can see it now.
Join me in a brandy, gentlemen?
What a good idea.
Yes.
Now they retreat into a cloud of smoke and congratulate each other on being masters of the universe.
Ladies, thank you for the pleasure of your company.
Here you go, Molly.
Joining us, Dawson? Well, you don't want to stay out here with the women, do you?
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Well, the boy's a hero then. Good for you, son. Well done.
Bernard also appeared in a variety of films throughout his career. He had a wide repertoire, and this includes Yellowbeard, as well as Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo, part of the Herbie franchise, as well as The Private Eyes and The Mummy, and he provided voice work for the Disney animated features The Rescuers and The Rescuers Down Under as the role Chair Mouse, and so he provided some work for Disney. But in the 1960s, Bernard became best known for his guest star spots on a variety of television programs. He had so much work in the 1960s. So he appeared in the BBC's series 3 Live Wires as the role Malcolm, as well as the Danny Thomas Show, the Andy Griffith Show as Malcolm Merriweather. He was really well known for that. As well as I Dream of Jeannie and The Man from U.N.C.L.E., another successful show, Hogan's Heroes as Colonel Rodney Crittenden, and I Spy, as well as MASH. And he's most well known for his role as the cranky warlock Dr. Bombay in Bewitched. He was in 19 episodes. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to be looking at his guest star spots on The Dick Van Dyke Show. So he guest starred in 3 episodes of the show. And let's get into these episodes. So the first episode is Teacher's Petrie. Bernard guest stars as Mr. Caldwell. So Laura is taking a creative writing class. It's a night class. And she's told that she's very talented, that she is a good writer. But it turns out that Mr. Caldwell actually has a crush on Laura. And so it results in a very hilarious ending scene to this episode. And so I have a clip of this. Enjoy.
I've never felt this way before.
I thought I had, but it was never like this.
Oh, yes, I see what you mean. It's wrong, but I don't care.
But I want you to care. I want you to care about me. I want you to think about me, about nothing else but me. Say that you will, Laura.
You mean Mildred?
I mean Laura.
Oh, Mr. A married woman.
Well, I'm not, and we're here alone together.
Oh, I wish I'd take an animal husband, please.
Oh, Laura, you're beautiful. I've been teaching now for 18 years, and nothing like this has ever happened to me before. I swear it. I've been madly, passionately in love with you since the moment I saw you at registration, and you put your tiny little pink card into my hand.
Oh, Rob was right. You did have an ulterior motive.
Of course he was right. You're absolutely... Who's Rob?
My husband.
You're
He just didn't know how ulterior your motives were.
Well, how could he know? I didn't know myself till... I mean, I never dreamed from...
Oh, Rob.
Hi,
Oh, Mr. Caldwell, I'm Laura's husband.
I'd like to explain to you...
Listen, don't try to explain. Look, I know what you've been trying to do with Laura. I just came down to tell you it's all right with me.
You don't know what you're saying.
Yes, I do, honey. Look, it's better than fighting.
Oh, no.
Look, just stop beating around, come right out and ask me, and I'll say yes.
Oh.
You will? Sure, you just name the night and I'll be here.
Rob, I'd like to leave now.
Wait a minute, honey, I want to tell Mr. Caldwell.
I want to go now.
Well, okay. Nice meeting you. I'll be in touch. Bye.
Extraordinary thing.
You...
Why, you...
I'm not kidding. And another thing, you can forget about me coming down here to lecture.
The next episode is Girls Will Be Boys. In this episode, Bernard Fox guest stars as Ogden Darwell. So Richie is having a problem at school where he keeps getting beat up, and he says it's by this other little girl, Priscilla Darwell. And so eventually Rob goes over to the Darwell's house and he talks to Ogden and tries to resolve this issue. And eventually it turns out that Priscilla has a crush on Richie. And so this is a fairly nice episode, and we get to see Bernard Fox, and it's wonderful. And the last episode is Never Bathe on Saturday. This is a very well-known episode of the Dick Van Dyke Show. Rob and Laura are having a weekend getaway away from Richie and New Rochelle. They're having a night in the city, and it's going great until Laura gets her toe stuck in the bathtub faucet. And so Rob is trying to break down the bathroom door because it's locked, and Bernard comes in. He's the house detective. He thinks that Rob is actually a bad guy, and it results in a very funny scene. And so I have a clip of this. Enjoy.
Hey, come on, Daddy, all day! Who are you? The house detective.
See, there's the phony mustache. He's a nut.
Hey, now, wait just a minute, mister.
Get away from that door, or I'll blow you up.
And he's not kidding.
What's going on?
It's all right, madam. Everything's under control. Just don't come out for a minute or two.
She can't come out.
What have you done to her?
I tied her up.
Even though he worked in films and TV shows, Bernard remained committed to theatrical projects. He worked in Canada with Stage West, in Las Vegas, in Los Angeles. He even starred on Broadway in a 1978 production of Trois Roues de l'Amour, and so he loved theater his whole life. Looking into his personal life a little bit, in 1961, Bernard married his wife Jacqueline, and they had 2 daughters, Amanda and Valerie. Bernard was also an avid theater historian, but he also really loved gardening, painting, and he even performed magic tricks. But on December 14th, 2016, Bernard passed away from heart failure in California, and he was 89 years old. And that's it. That's all I have for you this week. Bernard Fox is a popular film and TV actor. He frequently worked as a guest star. He is a rare actor who played the same role in 3 different series. He played the role of Dr. Bombay on Bewitched, then on the sequel Tabitha, and finally in the early 2000s series Passions. So that's pretty unique. On the Dick Van Dyke Show, Bernard is always a recognizable guest star, even though he was only in 3 episodes. But you remember him primarily for his British accent that's a little unique in New Rochelle, New York in the 1960s, to have someone who was from England. And so that's just really unique, and he had a great charm to him. And so it's just a joy to watch. His daughter Amanda said he was a dedicated father and husband, and he was a gifted actor. He was a wonderful, kind, upbeat, optimist, loving man who loved my mother and all of us. And so that's just a wonderful way to view life, with happiness and cheer. And so we could learn a lesson from Bernard Fox. And so I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Let me know what you enjoyed best and learned about Bernard Fox, and I would be happy to read that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. And remember to always laugh often.